The shotgun slowly emerged from the back of the car. Wielding it was a young man with a cold stare. He pulled the trigger. The man in question, billed only as Knucklehead number 2 in the credits, was an up-and-coming actor named Lloyd Avery II. He starred in the groundbreaking 1991 film Boyz in the Hood, a movie that would go on to become iconic, and yet the story of Lloyd Avery's life would be far more tragic. Unlike the character he portrayed, Avery wasn't a gangster. He was raised in Baldwin Hills, Los Angeles, a neighborhood often called the Black Beverly Hills. Growing up in a loving family with a pool in the backyard, he seemed destined for success. His younger brother, Chi Avery, once said, "We were silver spoon kids. We never needed for nothing." But despite the ideal upbringing, just under a decade after his breakout role in Boyz n the Hood, Lloyd Avery II would be incarcerated for a double homicide. And in 2005, his life would end in the most tragic way, at the hands of his own cellmate. Avery attended Beverly Hills High School, rubbing elbows with the children of the famous. He was friends with Quincy Jones III, son of music legend Quincy Jones, and Tamla, daughter of Smokey Robinson. But despite his academic success, something wasn't right. In 1991, John Singleton, a director who would soon make waves in Hollywood, cast Lloyd in a pivotal role in Boyz n the Hood. Avery portrayed a killer, a gang member who'd shaped the course of one of the protagonist's lives. And despite this being a small role, Avery had a presence that was undeniable. Singleton would later cast Avery in his follow-up film Poetic Justice, cementing his place in Hollywood. Casting director Roby Reed remarked, "Lloyd had a presence that I think was undeniable. When people refer to that it factor, it's really intangible. You just know when you see it." But as his acting career grew, so did his troubles. Avery's behavior started to spiral. He racked up assault charges and was thrown off the set of the film Lockdown for unruly conduct. Even then, praise for his acting continued. "He was one of the best actors I ever worked with," said Roger Roth, who directed him in his final role in Shot. But by the late 1990s, the actor was becoming more and more like the characters he had portrayed on screen. He moved into a gang-heavy neighborhood known as the Jungle, allegedly became affiliated with the Bloods, and even tattooed jungles above his left eyebrow. Avery wasn't just living the gangster lifestyle on screen. He embraced it in real life. He was working on a gangster rap career under the name L.A. Deuce, and even started writing a script about gang life. According to his friend Quincy Jones III, Avery was becoming more and more involved with local gangsters. He went on missions that had his friends questioning if he would even return. But in December 1999, everything changed. Avery was arrested for the murders of Annette Lewis and Percy Branch. The LAPD charged him with shooting Lewis with a .45 caliber pistol and fatally wounding Branch over a drug debt. The killing took place in broad daylight. Despite the severity of the crimes, Avery continued to work in film while awaiting trial. In 2000, he was sentenced to life in prison. While incarcerated, Avery found religion and earned the nickname Baby Jesus. But his time behind bars was far from peaceful. In 2005, a violent altercation with his Satanist cellmate, Kevin Robbie, would lead to Avery's tragic death. Roby, who had a history of violent crimes, choked Avery to death after a dispute over religion. Lloyd Avery II's death was a sad end to a life that had so much potential. He had talent, charisma, and the kind of presence that could have made him a leading man in Hollywood. But in the end, his life spiraled out of control. From rising star to tragic figure, Avery's story serves as a haunting reminder of how quickly things can change. From the glitz of Hollywood to the shadows of a gang-affiliated life.